Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to something quite interesting. Where the God bloody hell can I just reach out and oh, that's much better. Just a little bit of context, ladies and gentlemen, just before we begin. My brother was spending a increasing amount of time literally whacking me over the head with a bit of bubble wrap, and I feel like I'm about to sneeze. So hopefully there's going to be a lot less talking from me in this video, because we are at the penultimate hurdle to we're all caught up with Chris Chan, ladies and gentlemen. We are on to part 48, and as you've worked out by now, I've kind of readjusted my camera to sort of take up this. If it doesn't work, then I might revert back to my old scenario, but let's just see if it makes any difference here. So, part 48, and I'm doing this video under the knowledge that part 49 was supposed to be released either tonight or maybe next week. We'll just wait and see, because one of these days I'm going to do a video where I react to the video going live. We'll see how well that goes. So, we'll do that for part 50. I'll make a promise on that. So, if you guys want to check out the original video, you know what to do. Let's begin. Part 48 in 3, 2, 1, and...
What made her this way?
Probably something about the desk.
What is the attraction?
I don't know. Let's see.
What keeps us fascinated? This is the story of Chris Chan.
Oh, yes, it is.
Hello?
Hello there. Yes, Christine.
Yes.
It is my distinct honor to be talking to you. As you know, I'm Arthur Spatchcock. It's a pleasure, really it is.
Thank you.
I have been a long-time fan of Sonichu. I mean, implacably so.
On January 23rd, 2016, Christine had a phone call interview with Kiwi Farms user Master Disaster, pretending to be one Sir Arthur Spatchcock, an English entrepreneur working with a company which was possibly interested in developing Sonichu-related merchandise or an animated series.
Now, as I said, I'm interviewing you because I want to get some personal information about Sonichu and a little bit about yourself. For example, I cannot wait to see some more pages of the latest chapter, Chapter 11. Great, the Christmas special is fantastic.
Okay, thank you.
But, are there more coming? Because I can tell you right now, I know a few rabid fans, my niece included, who can't wait to see some more.
Yes, more pages will be coming and are still in the works. It just depends on my mood and how I feel on the days, because...
Oh, yes, we all get the frumps.
Perfect.
Yes, we all get the frumps.
Indeed.
They discussed the storyline of the Sonichu comics and Chris's process of making her custom amiibo figurines, before moving to topics of physical health.
So you really are taking care of yourself physically. I've noticed in the last couple of videos that you've done, you've been looking a lot slimmer.
Thank you.
I'm not too sure.
It's nice to see you taking care of yourself.
Yes, I try to get out and about most days of the week and get at least the 1,000 to 10,000 steps, if not greater.
10,000 steps, that's impressive. Even I don't get that many, but I sit in front of a computer all day doing work, so I don't have that choice.
I'm sitting behind my desk or sitting with the dogs and giving them some time, but I try to make time for my family as well during each day.
How has your mother been, if I'm not digging too deep? If it's going too far, just let me know.
My mother is in quite good health. She is not lazy or fat like a Snorlax, like some people.
I've seen the jokes. I find them in completely poor taste.
Yes, very poor taste, and quite most inaccurate.
Well, not quite those last two, but I do agree. Even though Bob may not be the best person in the world, dignity and all that.
Two then return to the topic of Sonichu, the story of its past and future, covering subjects like the Troll, Alec Benson Leary, and his Aspirations comics, Count Graduan, and Metal Sonichu.
All right, Christine, I think we've covered enough on this first little meeting. I'll get back to you in a few days to see how things have turned out with my superiors.
Okay, thank you, Arthur.
No problem, Christine. You have a nice evening.
Yes, you have a good evening, too. Y'all take care.
Thank you.
All right, bye-bye.
Goodbye.
On January 25th, Christine wrote on Facebook that her neighborhood had received a great amount of snowfall, which may delay her shipments of customers' orders by around a week. She offered an update concerning the delays in video form later that day.
Hello, good day once again to all my people on the internet. Christine Chandler coming to you live from house. Yep, it is literally up to my knees out there with snow. I was able to take a path to the street into the mailbox. It's going to be quite longer for being able to get the car out. So it might not be till the end of the week till I'm able to ship the recent orders out. But the patience will be rewarded. And I appreciate everybody's continuing support and patience. And patience. And anyway, on that note, I would like to present a poem from a fan who has made a request onto me, and this is an unpaid solicitation. Dear Christine, you've brought smiles to my face all over the years. I felt so much joy at your triumphs and pain over your tears. I first found you online only when I was 15, and found you the most fun online person that I've ever seen. I know you haven't had it easy. So often life has been tough, but you've stayed true to yourself, and that's something I love. So stay happy, Christine. Appreciate the good, ignore the rest. There's a still true fan like me out there who always thinks you're the best.
Well, that's kind of nice, actually.
It's very nice and lovely. Thank you.
I know it's probably not really,
On January 26th, Chris and Arthur Spatchcock had another interview session, which was also recorded by the troll. Chris briefly talked about the troll-created Quickie before moving on to her arrest.
Yeah, I was arrested the night of December 26th, 2014. I was not able to get back home until the following Monday.
Oh my.
So I spent a weekend hibernating in jail.
I hope they fed you well.
Yes.
Like teas and biscuit or the cheeseburgers or pizza? I don't know. I've never been arrested.
Well, actually, it was more like bit of meat, a little bit of fruit, and some milk and juice and water.
Okay, all right. Sounds about pretty common jail time grub, I guess.
Quite.
All right. So we covered the little bit of the jail indecencies and all that stuff. Now, they mentioned another thing, and this one really caught their attention, because this was the big court case. Michael Snyder.
Yes, the owner of the closed-down gaming hobby place.
Oh, it's closed down now.
Yes, it's been closed for about a year or two now.
Is it?
It's now a store for chocolates.
Really? Do you go there often?
No, I've driven by there, so I have. So that's how I know.
Yeah, you should stop in sometime. Take a look around the place. See if they're done with it.
Yeah.
They then move on to other topics, such as the unlikely possibility of getting the Quickie removed, the Chandler's house fire, and Krista's half-brother.
Now, we've covered that, and then the next question that came up was, do you actually have a brother by the name of Cole Smithy, or is that just a horrible troll joke?
Oh, no, it's true. My half-brother, Joseph Cole Smithy, my mother gave birth to him, has his own mental and physical traumas. He left our mother and had a chip on his shoulder against her.
You mean because wasn't it like the man who Bob told Cole was his real father, who nearly shot him because like a bullet nearly ricocheted off of like some sort of like door or something like that and nearly hit Cole, and because Bob was extremely really abusive towards Cole. Is that what I've heard? Because Cole tells a very different sort of story based on what sort of real person Bob really is. Cole at least has made something of himself. you could say Chris has kind of like made something for himself, but that's not always the best thing, or not the way he's done it.
Moved to New York and became the movie critic with his own website, colesmithy.com.
Wait a minute, he's the Cole Smithy, the movie critic?
Yes.
No, he's quite well known over here. He's like a celebrity.
Yes, the world's smartest movie critic.
Oh, I see.
Well, though, at least, even though I might disagree with him on the review of the Toy Story 3 movie, but at least we agree on Inside Out.
Yes, I've heard a lot of people disagree with his review of Toy Story 3.
Quite. I still have not seen Toy Story 3.
So, I still have not seen... So, hang on a minute. So, he disagrees with Cole's review, but he hasn't actually seen Toy Story 3. Chris, think about what you're going to say before you say it. That's how this works. You don't do it afterwards. No.
I've seen Toy Story 1 and some of number 2.
Some of number 2? He hasn't seen the whole movie? It's not even that long of a film. Like, it's like an 89-minute film. Like, what's Chris doing in it? I'm not even going to get involved. I'm just not. I abstain from getting involved too much.
Just never came about to my point of view yet.
On January 29th, Christine made a complaint in video form to the people who she thought were mistakenly sending letters to her that were intended to be for Felix Schellberg, better known as PewDiePie, the most viewed YouTuber at the time.
I am making this video as a matter of has come to my attention for a while now, but it's of minor importance, but it's not, I'm tired of it, so I'm bringing it up. I want to bring up the matter of one Felix Arvid Of Kjelberg, also known on the internet as PewDiePie. Every now and then I keep getting mail that goes out to this guy. And I have his Wikipedia article up here, which I'll post the link to this below this video. I mean, seriously, does this guy look anything like me? No. This is not me whatsoever, and I do not know this person at all. Lord knows where he is, but okay, yeah, he's residing currently in the UK. And he was born in Sweden. No, Ruckersville, Virginia. This is not...
Isn't it like that he lives in Brighton or somewhere like that? I think so anyway, and I think he's still there even after he got married.
Me. I am not this Felix Arvid of Kjelberg or PewDiePie. You have the wrong address. Stop sending mail to this guy at my address. Okay? Because it's annoying. And I thought, for a long time, I thought it was prank mail. If I look him up on the internet today, I find this Wikipedia article. So once again, not this guy. Not Felix. He does not live here whatsoever. There is no Felix Arvid of Kjelberg or PewDiePie.
It's not quite the same as calling him Ian Brandon Anderson, I know, but whatever.
Here whatsoever. Okay? And let's see. I have more money coming in, and I'll be shipping everything out after the weekend's over. I have some more things. I have some more medallions and whatever to make over the weekend. I'll get everything shipped out on about Monday. Thank you, and have a good, pleasant day.
On February 1st, Christine announced on Facebook that she decided to end her embargoes against GameStop, Best Buy, and other retailers who had banned her because her actions did not have any effect on the companies. She used this short post as a preface for her next lengthier post, in which she wrote that since her birthday was coming up, she would like someone to purchase for her a PlayStation 4 and a PlayStation camera. In return, Chris would offer the first person to send her the game console before February 24th a $500 voucher for her Etsy online store. She specified that the items had to be purchased new from a store's website, such as Amazon, Best Buy, or GameStop. and recommended some possible URL links to her wished gifts. The next day, Chris wrote that for the month of February, designated...
Imagine what would happen if you went online and then somebody asked you, "Are you buying this for Chris?" Don't. I would love to find out whether or not if anybody would ever actually do that. So where's this going? Is this going to the man-child? Yeah. You're wasting your money.
Pairings of her Sonichu amiibos would be available for purchase at a reduced price. She also introduced a new item up for sale, her Yup, I'm on TV DVD, which was originally made to celebrate his 25th birthday. Also on that day, Master Disaster uploaded his third interview session with Christine on the QB Farms.
Alright, well, we're going to start off right with the biggest issue, I think. I'm going to call it the Blue Spike incident.
Oh, yes, that was one of my theoretical ex-girlfriends who turned out to be an immature boy. I have no idea whether he's alive or not, whatever, still alive. But anyway, aside from that, so I ended up making a drive all the way from here to Cleveland, Ohio. I ended up going to the address I was provided there, and Blue Spike was not there at all. Just an old woman, and the house looked nearly run down as well.
That's just horrible. Why would someone do that?
Well, they're either bored, jealous, immature, what have you, amongst the stereotypical...
Are you sure you're not going to just say that you believed every word, Chris? Because you had a role to play in this as well for getting trolled, I suppose.
Reasons.
I bet it was...
Fool me once, shame on you and all that.
Jealousy. Alright, now the next thing that falls into the same category is... I need to know if you faked this or not. Did he actually have you insert broken pieces of your medallion into your rectum?
Unfortunately, that is true.
That's just horrible. How could that happen? I can't believe it. Oh, my God.
Yeah, I believe at that time my PlayStation Network account was being held hostage as well.
Okay. So he was holding your thing hostage, so you were just forced into a situation you didn't like.
And then later on I finally realized that all the time I should have called Sony and actually had them patch up the password, and that would have fixed it. I would not have had to go through all that. So that's big lesson learned and ingrained into my memory against my will, pretty much.
Yes, it sounds horrible. I can't believe it myself. It hurts me to think that happened to you.
They then discussed Christian's brief tenure at the fast food restaurant, Wendy's.
Alright, now this is a slight business question, but on the quickie, it mentions something about you losing a job before from terrifying a small child.
No. That was when I was working at Wendy's for the few months. There was a child crying because the child was tired. I had nothing to do with making that child cry. I had nothing to do with it whatsoever. And I was just happened to be at the table nearby as it was happening, and I went by there, and I wanted to help them be on their way. So I offered to get them a lid for their baked potato they were having, and I got them a lid for their baked potato.
So because it says on the quickie that it had something to do with Donald Duck.
I'll tell you why entertainment children what the Donald Duck was. But yeah, that was not the case at that time.
That was pretty good. I like that. That's nice. That completely caught me off guard.
Yes.
That was funny. I've noticed on the quickie, it mentions that every once in a while, you get gifts and donations from people. Sometimes surprising, sometimes anticipated.
Yes.
Yes. What kind of things do you get? I mean, exactly. I hope you're not getting, shoeboxes full of cat poop or,
No, that does not happen very often. Only one time, though, somebody had sent me a Tupperware full of horse manure. And we put that
I'm sorry. No, you gotta be kidding. No, that's just wrong.
Yeah, but anyway, we put that in the trash immediately after we figured
I would hope so.
Well, you know, considering the state of their house, they probably would have just stored it somewhere in the kitchen somewhere. In the Resident Evil fridge.
Okay, so do you get money, or is it like useful household items like soap or toilet paper, things like that?
Yeah, they have. Yeah, especially after the fire, we have received a few helpful items in the mail. We have received some monetary donations around Christmas time, like one or two actual functional gift cards to be redeemed. But somebody, one or two, sent me empty gift cards as a joke.
Yeah, that's just mean.
Yeah.
On February 4th, Christine herself shared the recorded interviews on the audio and music hosting and sharing site SoundCloud. 5 days later, Chris notified her Facebook followers that she was feeling off and mildly dizzy. On February 11th, she made an update, writing that she was feeling better and was up for fulfilling more orders for medallions and books. She then reminded her audience that her birthday was soon approaching and suggested that someone could buy for her the Destiny PS4 bundle, which would include a white-color PlayStation 4 game console and controller, and the game Destiny. Alternatively, people could buy her any of the Lego sets which she listed in her wishlist album on Facebook, or a selection of games for the PS Vita console. The next day, Christine addressed some criticisms regarding her request for a PS4. I never said, "Everyone, send me a console. One person to send the one console and camera is all. I am not the US Air Force that needed over 100,000 PlayStations for their supercomputer, and I never requested for more than one PlayStation 4 with PS4 camera is all I requested and is all I need. I do not like being left behind in tech, like the rest of you all. Also,
Well, get a job then and pay for your tech yourself, Chris. That's all I'm gonna say. Because when you really think about it, him being on welfare is kind of like other people giving him money anyway, but...
who in this world, with a modern touch screen phone at least, never felt even tempted to spend on apps in their respective mobile stores? And PC and console gamers. Who amongst you lot have not spent less than $100 on your new computer upgrades?
Yeah, because some things have to be changed from time to time. You know, for example, in about 2 days' time, my Adobe license has to be renewed. But you know what? I have to have that done, otherwise I can't make videos anymore. And that costs me £600 a year. These things have got to be done, Chris, because that's how we can keep these things going.
Software and apps, even into the thousands. And you all who have spent at least $1 on your app and game stores, you all are no more guilty than I am. I do not judge any of you all for spending on what you want. We each have our own wants and needs respectively. So, when you look at my generous offer, empathize and put yourself into my situation.
Fuck, Chris, stop it. You've got this completely backwards, Chris.
Not rich. Want to get back into the game. Require the new hardware when support for the old is fading over time. What can you do? You look to trade for, or up to, the new tech, reaching out towards other people for the help. And that is what I am doing and offering. Alright? Thank you. Have a good and safe day.
Please, someone respond to this.
She then addressed the controversy via a YouTube video uploaded later that day.
Well, first off, I definitely want to make it clear that my offer for my services and merchandise for a PS4 console and with the camera for my birthday, yeah, I did not mean to offend anybody by that. I thought it was a nice offer, you know. A whole lot of work for value that's a little bit more than the price, than the retail value of the items. I don't really understand what was so off-putting with that, but I do apologize for offending everybody.
Okay, you know what? You want a better example, Chris? I'll give you a better example, since we're just beyond the halfway stage. Just give us 1 second, guys. Just gonna move a few things. sorry. This, ladies and gentlemen, is my PlayStation 4. I bought this back in 2016. I got a job. I saved up and I managed to buy this of my own. And you know what? I don't even care that the PS5 is out anyway. I still love this machine. Don't worry, baby. I don't need to listen to them. I'll always love you. And you can share a bunk with my PS2 Slim as well. I know, yes, I know, but the point still stands. Whatever it was. Oh yeah, the fact that, aside from Chris, I actually worked to, afford something I wanted. That's the point I'm trying to prove right there. So, where were we?
And I would also like to apologize, since I'm doing an apology video right now, to every male and people with Asperger's who have...
And he just immediately moves it on to apologizing about him insulting people with Asperger's. And his tone is completely the same as before, so I don't believe he's being genuine. Or genuine, I should say. Again, nothing has changed, has it?
Said hateful things to and of in the past. I still have my own subconscious feelings against the majority of the male population, but that's not your fault. That's not your problem. It's my problem, and it's just in general.
Well, what about the female population? What about females who have Asperger's as well, Chris? Do you hate them as well?
I'm still uncomfortable around males. That's just me. It's not any of you. Alright? So, I'm very sorry about all the hurtful things I said in the past in regards to the males and people with Asperger's. Harry Potter's okay too. He's okay.
He's got nothing to
don't
do
really
with
have much against him except that he was in competition with Pokemon so many years ago, but that's a whole different plane right there.
What?
But yeah, I mean, yeah, seriously though, I do mean no offense to anybody whatsoever. But the offer's still open, as long as I receive the console and the camera before, preferably before, or...
Also, again, I know Alec has said this before and Chris completely ignored it. You don't just make apologies and then still demand things off other people. You just I forgot which day this was. I don't know if this was meant to be like the end of January, because I was 18 years old at that point. And even I could have gone back and told Chris very specifically that this is not the way how to do things. I could have probably told him this at a much younger age, so let's just move past.
On my birthday, which is the 24th of February this year. I picked issuing a voucher because I can't read people's minds on what they want, and this way they get to pick and choose from the store and for what they want in exchange. I'm just trying to do an honest thing, giving the person who gives me the gift, I mean well. I have good intentions. I'm very serious, okay? Alright, well, anyway, thank y'all for your continued support and all that. Have a good, safe day.
On February 15th, Chris made Sonichu Issue 4 available for purchase from her Etsy store for $15. On that same day, she offered a special promotional code to celebrate her birthday, which would allow customers to get a copy of Sonichu Issue 4 for free if purchasing one of her select Amiibo figurines. Christine made another Facebook post that day, quoting a message she received from a fan who aimed to explain that the reason people were upset with her asking for a PS4 was because people thought she would not deliver on her promise to grant the generous donator the $500 voucher, in a similar vein as in when Chris received a $1,000 donation from YouTuber DStex to complete 100 new Sonichu pages, but had yet to do so. Christine wrote that she promised not to forget about the voucher. As for the lack of comic book pages, she gave several reasons for this, including an inability to get a drawing routine successfully habitual due to emotions and mood, bleeding autism, stresses in life, financial troubles, and her fickle internal clock, which switched her from being a day person to a night person.
Oh, and what about just... I love how the thing scrolls to the bottom, and it's also because Chris would rather spend more time playing video games than doing things he's paid to do. This is why he would never have held down another job ever again, because he would spend more time not doing his job.
The next day, she made a video addressing a certain Julia, possibly fulfilling a paid video request.
This here's a special video going out to Julia, friend of a friend who suggested I do this video, but anyway. So Julia, I understand you're transitioning, coming out as a lesbian trans woman. Good for you. Anyway, yeah, Mier wishes you good luck on your transition very much, and from me, I say, welcome to the group. Huh? The group of us, the LGBTQ. Good luck with that, and have a great and safe day, Julia.
This was soon followed by a video in which she advertises her business.
Welcome to the Quickfield Guardian channel, the official and main source for everything Sonichu and Rosechu and the city of Quickfield, Virginia, and myself, Christine Weston Chandler, or past known Christian Weston Chandler. I'm still offering the $500 voucher, which I could definitely and personally guarantee delivery as such. And also, let's do this. Alright, there'll be Planet 3. The first video I'll live stream through my PlayStation 4 after I get it. I'll comment on the autism tutorial, all 7 parts, that's counting the extra, through the PS4's version of Little Big Planet 3. After I figure out the live stream and everything. More authentic than the other tranny. Let's just leave it at that.
What?
Oh, prison already. Jeez.
Chris,
Anyway, so...
She then advertises some of her customized amiibo.
Did I miss something? Because... Guys, did I miss anything? Because Chris did something really strange. Just... What other tranny is he talking about? And also... Yeah, also, don't be surprised, ladies and gentlemen, because this begins the trend of Chris just expecting to receive things at this point. That's the only reason he bought Little Big Planet 3 in the first place, is because he must have known, or he was expecting somebody to just go out of the way for this. This is where that horrible trend starts as well.
Figurines, before moving on to talking about politics.
Alright, well... we can talk politics a little bit.
Oh,
I mean, I sincerely pray and hope that Hillary Clinton will still be in the running for president on the upcoming elections, because I definitely would vote for Sarah Palin back in 8 years ago, 2008, had she still been running. But now I end up having to choose between McCain and Obama, and I watched both the documentaries and ended up with Obama because I felt he was relatable, the sense of his suffering and everything. I could feel for that as well. But
no, Chris, you couldn't. They are almost incompatible. Barack Obama being a black man and Chris being a white man at the time. And don't even think about comparing this to autism. These two, they're incompatible to each other, because despite adversity, despite obviously the backlash he would have received from being a Democrat, well, obviously from the Republican Party and all that, and Chris is he still managed to become president. He still managed to be the first black man in history to become the president of the United States. How many, you know what I'm talking about?
I feel like America needs a woman's touch finally after all these years, so Hillary Clinton.
Your definition of womanly touch in regards to politics, Chris, is nothing short of misleading.
Stay in the polls. We want you for president. I want you for president. Because if you're not running, then I'd have to vote for the other males.
Also, yeah. Am I the only one who's now starting to suspect that the only reason, if he did vote for Hillary Clinton, he just straight up would not have voted at all? Not even for Trump or for... Who was the other person running as leader for the... Not Ted Cruz. No, Ted Cruz was Republican. I don't know. I don't really watch US politics all that much. I hear some of the bigger things, and unless it's... I watch PBS now and then, but actually the last thing I saw on PBS was a documentary on the war president, otherwise known as Bush Jr. Bush Jr. And I watched about the first 30 minutes of it following 9/11, and it was compelling, even though just Bush for the picture they gave Bush Jr., he sounded like the last person in the world who could be expected to handle with a national crisis of terror.
I got nothing against them personally, but still, this nation needs a woman's touch. And that's about all I have in my mind right now. Thank you very much. Have a good day.
On February 20th, Chris wrote on Facebook that while watching the TV show Pawn Stars, the host Rick Harrison stated his sentiment regarding social media, with which she agreed wholeheartedly. She reflected that whenever she went out, everyone's face seemed to be glued to the screens of their phones or tablets, and were not directly talking to one another, and wished that the previous common courtesy of face-to-face greetings would make a comeback. Her gal pal, Kim Wilson...
They never went away, Chris. It's only because your society is so closed off. You know the rest at this point.
Commented that the number of people meeting up in real life was only increasing due to the internet, and pondered if Christine was doing something wrong. Her other friend, Jessica Quinn, added to the discourse, stating that some self-reflection could be in order, and suggested that Chris reevaluate if she did anything that made her seem socially undesirable, and remove all fear of meeting new people. Kenneth Engelhart also commented that Chris could use the social media site Twitter to follow personal accounts in addition to corporate accounts, and start up casual conversations with people there, which may lead to something developing in real life. At around the same time, Christine got in contact with Sam and Ellen, a lesbian couple who were most likely trolls. After meeting on a forum, they asked if Chris was willing to become a sperm donor for them. Chris made for them a video showing her viability by displaying her stock of frozen semen, which she kept in the freezer of the family's fridge, at a temperature which would in fact render her specimen lifeless and unusable. This video was leaked to Marvin of the Kiwi Farms, who then shared it to the public towards the end of February.
Hello, Samantha and Ellie. I'm Christine Chandler.
It's my cat, Polo. Hi, buddy.
You're so cute. Anyway, so, yeah, this is me, and I'm the one who's offering to lend the sperm out. I put out a fresh sample earlier today. I put in the fridge upstairs, which I will gladly go upstairs and show you in a moment. But yes, I am a lesbian trans woman, and I've been famous for my characters and books and whatnot for over a decade. This is everything says true, and the only thing I regret would be the things I've recorded in the past I was blackmailed into doing.
Think about this, Chris. Think about... Oh, who am I kidding?
Or against my original will that I would never do personally or regularly. Alright, so let's go upstairs and I'll show y'all. Oh yeah, here's the sample I put out today. I labeled it carefully.
Yeah, don't eat.
You can tell it's not as frozen yet compared to the older samples. Yeah. That was like less than a year ago. But anyway, that's all very good and everything, so hopefully y'all will still consider me for your donor.
There's no, I don't care. You know what? I'm gonna go out for a beer after this. I'm supposed to be. I would have gone 10 days sober tomorrow, but that is really becoming unlikely.
Thank you and have a good day.
I think anyway.
On February 23rd, Chris wrote that she was feeling unwell due to a possible urinary tract infection and a painful speck of dirt in her right eye, in addition to the stress of taking care of the elderly and feeling old herself. The next day, she shared the song Spirit Journey Formation Anniversary from the cartoon series Aqua Teen Hunger Force, an alternative to the Happy Birthday song, accompanied by a Facebook post, which simply read 34 bells, to commemorate her 34th birthday. On the 25th, Christine made a YouTube video to let her audience know of what transpired on her birthday.
Alright, so yeah, yesterday was my 34th birthday. I have received, and I do not promote such dishonesty, gift cards that had no activation and no value or money on them at all. And also, today I received another piece of mail. This one had a scratched off lottery ticket that was clearly not a winner. And I certainly did not receive a PlayStation 4 console.
I think that should be a given,
even much less
hopefully.
the white one with the Destiny game and all that. Also, those of you who have been watching my PlayStation Network activity, you've noticed I've had to go through my whole disc library once again. It's because I've ended up having to reformat my hard drive because of a corrupted firmware file on it. That's upsetting, but I've got that settled and fixed, and all the games have been reinstalled and the DLC re-downloaded and everything, so and yet still no PS4.
Chris, I'm going to tell you this right now, Chris, and I don't care if I tread on its toes by saying this. There are more important things to life than a fucking PlayStation 4. Like, Chris, think about this. Think about logically this sentence. There are more important things in life than what you want or yourself. There are more important things than that.
Because I need to catch back up in the technology and everything. What else? I don't know much else. My brain's gone blank. I have so much anxiety built and pent up to my life, so it's no wonder my mind is constantly...
And also emotionally blackmailing, Chris. That's really, really tacky. Just saying.
Constantly off and on blank. I'm sorry I'm not so funny, but if I don't feel it, then it just doesn't come up as easily. Oh well. In a trial of being funny, and now for some random silly things.
Please don't.
Hey, look, a monkey. Hi, monkey. Ah! Quit throwing me out of a damn plane. Hi, monkey. Ah! Quit throwing me out of a damn plane.
This is just sad.
It plays out better in my head. Because I actually have characters. I'm stuck in a moody mode, so...
Oh, for God's sake,
Oh well.
Chris, shut up.
Thanks for the mouth, and then thanks for nothing. Alright. Have a good day. Thank you.
On February 26th, Chris let her Facebook friends know that she lowered her standards for a PlayStation 4. She offered someone to buy for her any PS4 release, bundled with a game, and not necessarily the white-colored one bundled with the game Destiny. She alternatively suggested that someone could purchase an Amazon gift card worth $400 and send it to her email address. In return, she would provide the generous donator with a $500 voucher for her Etsy store. February 28th marked the seeming return of the troll known as Francine, as Chris addressed her merchandise store in a YouTube video.
And right now we are talking about, yes, the copycat, Jeff Ozos. Apparently he is doing something with the ugly memes that I, in no way or manner, agree to, authorize, or represent at all. And clothing attire items are coming soon, and prototypes are in the works from my associates and I. Anyway, I definitely denounce everything there is with Jeff. I mean, I never even actually considered him a friend, more like an acquaintance, but after his behavior over the past, more recently, and everything and whatnot, just a total bastard. But anyway, you want everything authentic, you buy from me directly on the shops that I inform you all about through this YouTube channel and my Facebook page. Alright, so with that, we shall look at the poor taste items that Jeff is soon to be, quote-unquote, offering. Can I get this thing to... No? Oh well. Alright, so hopefully y'all can see that as clear as day through my camera here. I can't see it from the back. Anyway, so yeah. That has one of the ugly memes that I in no way represent at all.
Apart from when you did.
I really detest the memes. MEMES. Especially these maloffensive ones. And...
What's that one? Ugly
Right,
growth,
there's
okay.
that. And...
Oh,
darn it.
Okay.
Ick. Very ick.
What does that one say?
And get them out there.
Okay.
Oh, it was really bad.
That one is as well, yeah.
Ick. Yeah, really ick. I'm sure PVCC would
Cake
complain
farts.
about
Oh, no.
this one.
I ought to get one of these. The cake farts one as well.
And cake farts. Ugh.
Man, baby. Oh.
Ugh. Really, really bad taste. Ugh.
Then why did you even...
And I don't like
vote
this
anyone?
one at all. Really bad. But my products have in no way any of these malcontent or offensive content whatsoever. These are definitely lowbrow, what I just showed you. My products are definitely not only authentic and personally authorized, but the opposite of lowbrow. So much better than that, okay?
So, mid-brow or whatever. Or
Alright, so I'll let y'all go with that minor thing. Another update will be coming shortly
eyebrow.
tonight.
That's what they are. They are eyebrow.
Something more on a pleasant topic. Thank you, have a good night.
As Chris re-engaged in a seeming battle with her imposter, Chris found that the extensive documentation of her activities continued to haunt her, and whether she wanted it or not, her past actions, whether they be good or bad, had become a constant part of her life, and like the trolls, would forever stay with her every step of the way.
End of part 48. Wow. Remain with him every step of the way. It's almost like what anybody else would have told Chris, is that these things, you will be remembered for the things you do in this world, for good or bad, and I like to think that's just life. I like to think that that's just how it was always going to be for Chris anyway, except you would say by a very, very long way, a lot of the things he's done are bad. Chris has done good and bad things in his life. Unfortunately, from what we've managed to work out so far, is that most of them were bad. Bad because he still went and did them. He still had a choice in the things, in deciding the things he could have done. You know what I'm saying? There are some things like maybe were a little bit beyond his comprehension, but he likes to really throw his weight around in making these big prophetic speeches on Facebook, but he's still incapable of realizing he has a choice, because who was denying him his choice when he was making all those things on Facebook? That's the point I wanted to try and get across. So, with all that being said and done, I'm going to just do a quick little thing right here. Let's just exit the full screen for a second here. Let's go to his channel right now. Videos. Let's just do a quick refresh. No, okay. So I think he said on his community thing, hope you're having a good day so far. Poor Fun has been out in 10 days. Okay, so it's going to be out next week. Okay, so I'll get around next week to be able to do his part 49. I'll make sure to do that like a live sort of video. But until then, we are now officially all caught up with every single part of Chris Chan. Yeah, I mean, look at this. Like, we've done it, guys. We've officially done it. So, congratulations, guys. But we've still got a very, very long way to go. So, don't get off the ride just yet. So, I hope all of you guys have enjoyed part 48 of Chris Chan, A Comprehensive History. Certainly a little bit more talkative than in the last few videos. Please make sure to leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section down below and let what you guys thought of part 48 for yourselves. And I will see you guys again next week for part 49. Take care. Bye for now.